What's up, Nintendo gamers? The Kid here, and I'm bringing up a subject that's been on my mind, and I'm sure it's been on everybody else's mind too. And that is the Wii U a powerhouse or a power down? Is it good enough for this generation of gamers, us old gamers of Nintendo? And is it, good enough to stand its own with the PS4 and Xbox, whatever they call it, 720. Now, really, this is just about really what Nintendo is doing, how powerful the Wii U is. Now, frankly, like I said before in updates, I'm not a tech whiz. I do not know what all the numbers mean. I'm sure there are people out there, but I want to address something I've been pondering, and that is people say the system has to be powerful for it to be next gen. It has to be this powerful system. It has to have a lot of memory. It has to have this much RAM in it. It has to have this. It has to have that. It has to have this. And you know what? All I'm looking at is, well, this is a video game console. People want games. If you want a game to look so good and for it to have so much power and be able to do all these things, then be a PC gamer. I mean, there's only so much technology they can pack into a console without the console itself becoming like $800 to $600. I mean. And that's exactly what Sony did, and look how that turned out. I mean, it turned out good in the long run, but in the first run, it was doing pretty bad. I mean, $500, that was ridiculous, but that's because they packed as much technology as they could at the time into the system. So it really was that cost. It wasn't just Sony being money hungry. It was that cost of the system and all the hardware into it. So with the Wii U, what does everybody want? I mean, people, bash Nintendo fans, and people bash Sony fans and Xbox 360 fans. It got to be this powerful. Like I said, the Wii U, for one, can project games in 1080p. Mission accomplished. I mean, what else do you want? Games are not going to get really any better looking. People seem to say, oh, the graphics sucks. Right, watch, when Unreal 4 comes out for games, Unreal Engine 3, oh, it sucks if a game uses it now, all of a sudden again. So what do gamers want? Really, with video games in general, they're never going to look any better, much better than they do now. Maybe the Unreal Engine 4 will make them look a little better, but really they're not going to get much better. Because one, the better they look, the more code and everything the game and the disc, the hardware has to use, to do it. And until these really powerful drives and stuff, all that is available for cheaper, and we get those, we're not looking. People expect games to one day look like a Pixar film or something. I don't know what people want. Like I said, the Wii U, I don't know if it's super powerful. I don't know what it is. If someone can inform me down in the comments, but 1080p, I say projecting games on 1080p is mission accomplished. What else can you do, man? I mean, games aren't going to look much better than they do now about 10 years on this road, unless the technology for them to look better is cheaper, and I doubt it's going to be much cheaper, especially for video game consoles. I mean, like I said, there's so much you can pack into a console without it costing a bajillion dollars. So the Wii U, people say it's a little dated. Like I said, I think projecting games 1080p is basically a mission accomplished. That's what a lot of people have wanted. So what else is there to do for Nintendo, for Sony? The only thing, and I think Nintendo only gets this, and Nintendo fans get this, and Sony and Microsoft fans don't. The only thing that gaming really can do to innovate itself is not in graphics, but actually the way you play video games. That's the point that Nintendo constantly tries to make. They tried that. They basically started trying that. Well, actually, you could say they've been trying to do that. I mean, you got the Zapper, you know, and the NES and stuff. You have all those accessories. But with the Wii was really the statement with Nintendo when they said, hey, our system isn't powerful, but here's a different way to play to make it more enjoyable, to forget about the graphics. Of course, everybody did realize the graphics were presumably worse than a PS3 and Xbox 360, but the thing that they did establish is there's not ever just one way to play a game. You know, just a controller, you know, a standard controller. There's more ways, and I think the Wii U is next gen just because of that. I don't care if it ran games at 180p. It gets that it signifies that you don't have to play games the same way that you would. I mean, then it will become stale. You know, we'll see no one using real ideas anymore, or anything. So I think the Wii U gamepad actually innovates the whole, you know, the whole gaming industry and how you play games. And I think that's mostly what makes the Wii U next gen, because graphics doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'd love to see a Nintendo game in 720p or 1080p, but a new idea such as the Wii U gamepad is something I would be more interested in than the graphics itself. It's nice to have graphics, yes, it is nice, but I think that their system doesn't have to be a powerhouse. If you looked at my my updates, you'll see that I talked about the power of the Wii U, but I never pushed it. I never said, oh, the Wii U needs to be this much powerful. I never said that. I never said anything like that. I just think the Wii U needs to come off good to all consumers. And, you know, hardcore gamers, Nintendo is trying to appeal to people, and hardcore gamers are saying that, well, the Wii U gamepad seems a little bit of a hassle. Why do I have to take my eyes off the screen and, you know, to do this when I could just have it on the TV? The reason why is because hardcore gamers do not like to change anything, because really, I don't think hardcore gamers really believe in innovation and different ways to play. They just want the same stale idea, just rehashed after rehash after rehash of it. So that's why no one's opened to the Wii U. But the Wii U is revolutionary, no doubt. It is. I mean, you got a gamepad controller, you got a mic, you got a what's it called, a webcam, basically. You have all these possibilities with this new controller, and Nintendo, they accommodate everybody. They make everybody feel better. They make everybody feel calm and safe. And what I mean by that, for the hardcore gamers who said, oh, I don't want to take my face off the screen just to look at the button screen, and well, here you go, shut up. Here's a Pro controller, exactly like the PS3 or what's it called, Xbox 360 controller. Now shut up, you can play games with that. Now what's your problem now? People who say, well, like me, people who say, I actually liked the motion controls of the Wii, so how come we can't have that? You can use the Wii remote and a nunchuck, if you please, if the game allows it, and most likely the games will allow it. Shut up. You're not limited to one controller. That's the idea. And even the Wii's Pro controller can be used on the Wii U if no one knew that. So Nintendo is actually convenient, being very convenient for everybody, hardcore gamers, casual gamers, whatever you call them. I just call them gamers, so that they can feel comfortable. So why are people complaining? The reason why they're complaining is they think the Wii U is not powerful enough. And that's what I don't get. How much powerful do you want a system to be? I mean, will that make a game better? No, not really. I mean, you could have more space, but really, what would the game, be good? Let's say this new game, Beyond Two Souls. Yeah, it has the graphical power and everything, and looks really good, looks realistic, I guess, and all that. But the game is like 4 hours long. So you put all that. You see where I'm going here? You put all that, all the memory and code, everything to go into the graphics and look real. But overall, the gameplay suffers because the game is super short. Or, in fact, the game looks good, but the gameplay lacks, because the graphics is what you really put your efforts in, because you wanted to make a presentation of the graphics rather than the gameplay. And that's where people go wrong. It's the gameplay. I don't care what the game look like. It's the gameplay that makes the overall difference, not the graphics. Graphics are basically a treat, not a necessity. That's what people. I'm fine playing a NES game right now today, and I still enjoy it just as much. Nothing has changed about that game. It has the worst graphics today, but that game is fun. Super Mario Brothers. That game is awesome. And it has the worst graphics in the world, some people will say, compared to today. But you know what? The game is still fun as it was. Because people are so spoiled, they want to be spoiled with technologies of today, that they don't appreciate anything that comes off as new, innovative, that isn't comfortable with them. That's the thing about the Wii U's gamepad. People say it doesn't make them feel comfortable, because everybody doesn't. I mean, innovation is not always going to make you comfortable. Not all innovation is to convince you to feel comfortable with everything. It's to let you experience something in a new way. Not always, oh, you're going to experience this, but you're going to be completely comfortable with it. So that will be an illusion of innovation if that happened. Innovation is change, something new, something brand new, that you experience, that isn't the same as something else. And that's what people get wrong with innovation. And I think Microsoft and Sony fans, again, get that wrong all the time. They always want to be comfortable with their standard controller and their good graphics. But I don't think the Wii U is a power down. Like I said a million times over, I think 1080p games projected is mission accomplished. There's no other resolution you're going to get within this time. I mean, 1080p is the limit. And let's all be honest. I mean, how much better can game graphics get? How much clearer can TV screens get, unless they're made out of freaking water or something, clean, fresh water? I don't know. Next thing you know, people want holograms for their TVs. I don't know. So I think the Wii U is just fine. People have been, bashing it. Nintendo's presentation was whack. It didn't show this. Well, they did. Come on now. They're not going to show everything. They're going to hype it up near launch. That's when you'll start seeing, bam, here comes a Star Fox, a F-Zero. I'm just speculating here. And then Metroid. Here, it's coming at this time. That's when people will be like, oh, wait a minute. Let me get my hands on that. They're not going to wait till E3 and then make you wait like months and months and months till, you know, something. So that's what I had to say, guys. So comment in the section below, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be doing more videos. Thank you guys for watching and listening.